Sounded like he was kind of unsure. Let me send this to our viewers. I know they're very excited to watch. All right, here we go. Welcome back to Red Carpet Council, everybody. We've had pretty fun time since last council, which was once again very surprising, very shocking. In fact, that kind of has to do with the question I asked Ollie. He's not here, so I'm gonna read his question. Let me add it to this though, so you can all read it. And I said, Ollie, we've seen 3 idols come out in a row, which is pretty wild after a long stretch of not seeing any. Do you think the parade of advantages will continue tonight? And Ollie said, I'm just going to read it. I seriously don't think we're getting any advantages this round. This round needs to be chill, like for real. On top of that, I feel like I need to be honest with the people I vote off now, so people will know who to play it on if there's some out there. So I hope everything got played. Very true, Ollie. Okay. Now for all of you who are here, we can get into talking about tonight. Crow, I feel like I have to start with you just because last round you played an idol. Very, very fun, very flirty, very 30 and thriving, all of the above. What was like going through your mind when that happened?
Nothing. Thoughts empty. I was just like, I just want to sit in final six at this point. I suspect something's going on, so I'm just gonna keep myself in the game one more round and take a swing and hope it works out. Like it was very much not like I know exactly what's going on. Like, that was the least secure council, I think, in the game for me at least. So I mean, beyond having the idol, but like I didn't know exactly how the votes were gonna fall.
Nice. And then I guess follow-up question, did you think that maybe there was another half idol out there that would materialize or no?
It was a guess. That actually wasn't even a joke because I was like, if someone else has it that Jack somehow was able to will it away, I was like, obviously would rather use that one first. But no, I didn't think there was actually another half idol out there. And if there is, I don't think they're combining it with me. So, sobs.
Ari, you won immunity in what was it looks like was a pretty tough challenge for almost everyone. I mean, like even your score, which was very good, it was still like it took you a while. It took some fight. So congratulations. Now that you're immune, do you feel like extra secure this round because you know it can't be you, or are you still worried regardless?
I think that for me, I believe that in this game, immunity is not always necessarily power, and I think that was made pretty clear to me this round when nobody was really talking to me after the vote right away, even though I had just won, and I've been told pretty much implicitly and explicitly this round by pretty much everybody that they don't want to take me to the end. So, no, I don't really feel like I have power right now. It's obviously nice to have immunity, but yeah, it's not everything.
No one wants to take you to the end. People here have directly said that to you.
Oh yeah, I've heard that pretty much no one's going to take me to the end, which I don't really understand from a game perspective. Like, obviously, I have a reputation as a big threat or whatever, but I think that the way that that's been portrayed in this game is not really entirely accurate, especially considering that there are other like big threats that are still here. But yeah, so nobody really wants me to get to the end, so I'm trying to figure out what exactly to do with that information.
MJ, you pointed at yourself when I said people have said they don't want to take Ari to the end. So you were one of the people who does not want to take Ari to the end. Is that what that meant?
Yeah, I've been vocal about it for at least 2 rounds now. I've been more because everybody else is too scared to say it. But I've been, or everybody else was too scared to say it before I vocalized that. Ari and I've talked extensively about it. It has never made sense for me to go to the end with them, especially with the game that I was playing early on in the merge and with the relationship that we have. I felt comfortable saying, I really can't go to the end with you unless I start to play my own game. I don't know, like Ali's answer was about honesty here and who you're voting out, but I also think that there should be a lot of transparency in who you see yourself going to the end with and why you see yourself going to the end with them. Um, I don't know, maybe I feel more comfortable speaking openly about that because I'm leaving tonight. So I have nothing to lose by saying like this round. I've had nothing to lose by saying what I think is will benefit me to survive and what I think is legitimately beneficial for everybody else here to do if they want to win. And again, like I was saying last round, if you don't want to win, just say that so that we all know what we're operating with. But if you want to win, you better start playing like you want to win, and it should read to me as a juror that you're playing like you want to win. I can't make that any more clear. So I don't want anybody here looking silly when I don't ask them a jury question at the end because you've made the missteps that you were warned about making. Um, that's all I have to say. Unless you have another question for me, Jess, I don't mind talking this.
I mean, sure, we only have 6 people and one of them can't talk, so we can do some extra questions today. I mean, Ari had said that no one's really talking to them, that they're just kind of vibing, it sounds like, waiting to maybe go home next round if they don't win immunity. So does that mean the pecking order is basically you and Ari will be the next 2 voted out?
In my opinion, no. I've shared the same experience with Ori that after council, I called with them right away. I said, "Hey, I was planning to take a shot at Crow here. I was not part of any plan that, contrary to what Crow was saying, was very coordinated. And I do think that he knew exactly where the votes were going there, and that's why that plan worked out as well as it did, and it was a great move." And that it's Crow's game to not own that right now, but I will own that for you, Crow, and say that was a great move. And it to me, it reads as expertly coordinated. But yeah, so Ari and I conversed afterwards. I said, that I was not in on that. I don't know what's happening now. But I do share the same experience in that after council, it was quiet. Nobody came to me afterwards and said, "Hey, MJ, sorry that I left you out of that. Sorry that I voted out the person who you were closest to. If you want to still try working together, like let's see if that's an option for." Like nobody came to me to that. I know that if the tables were turned, I would have been hustling, like seeing who I will have in my corner to get through these final rounds. Not everybody's operating like that. That's their own style. But even today, it was I called it with Allison last night. That was the biggest game conversation that I had, and then today it was silent until Ali was honest with me and said he was voting for me. So then I reached out to Crow. He said he was leaning towards voting for me. Then I reached out to Allison. She said she was leaning into voting for me. So it's like I know where everybody here stands. But to answer your question, I don't think that Ori is going next round because I think that Crow's in control, and I don't think that it makes sense for Crow to let Ori go at 5. Maybe it does make sense for him to do so. I don't know his game. I know Crow knows his game better than I know it. So I don't want to speak for you right now, Crow. But if you want to say otherwise and say, "Yeah, Ari, I'm voting you out next round," by all means, say so. But I don't think that it makes sense for Crow to vote Ari out. So I think that it will be me tonight, and then one of these other people who maybe don't read as much as a big threat to win will follow behind me. And then Ari will go if they don't win to the end. So that's that question. Can we get a third one?
I mean, sure, why not? I guess I can kind of pose this question sort of to anyone else who also wants to answer it too. But like we have talked before a little bit about playing to win, and a few people before have like just throughout the season have mentioned that's not necessarily their number one goal, which is fine. Like usually when I play, my goal is just to have fun, and then if I win, that's cool too. But are there people then who are left at this point where you're like, it's not just that that's not your goal, it's that it feels like you actively don't want to win, like you don't even care?
That's what it can look like. But at the same time, I really am not trying to come across as condescending as by saying that. I'm not trying to say like, "Oh, I'm smarter than everybody here. I know everything." Like I will be the first person to say I probably don't know what's going on. But if you want in my vote in the end, you should enlighten me so I understand your game, because maybe people disagree. Final council is a little too late to like remove the curtain and do your big reveal for your game. Like I care more about the game that you played with me. And so and this was the frustration that I had previously. It's the frustration that I have tonight, is that I don't think that it makes sense for everybody here to vote me out. I think that it benefits some people more than it does others. And I want to encourage people to do the thing that's best for you. But if they're convinced that doing me is the best thing, they're wrong about that. And that's why they'll lose in the end. So yeah, it can be frustrating when like the games to me don't read as they're playing to win when they've said they're playing to win. But if somebody said, yeah, I just want to get to the end, I would understand more questionable decisions better. But when I'm told by people that they want to win and then they make moves that look like they're not totally beneficial to them or optimal for them, it can be a little confusing to me, to say the least. But yeah, I'm all good on my speaking time now. I appreciate the questions,
No more
Jessica.
questions.
So yeah.
All right. Allison, so I mean, one thing that like MJ kind of touched on again was this idea of like playing for yourself. And we kind of are at the point where it's like, if you're gonna make a move, you sort of are running out of time to do it. So I guess like, how do you decide at this point who really is the best person to be voted out?
Sorry, I thought I wasn't muted. I feel like it's just like I said this last council, like I just hold myself and like the idea of myself on the bottom the whole time this game has been occurring. Now, like I think that, and I've like said this to multiple people, is that in it's interesting because though I hold myself and my viewpoint at the bottom, there's going to be someone probably in this game that probably holds me at the top, and that's going to be for everyone. Everyone might think they're on the bottom, but then I might be holding that person at the top. And I think that that's a big thing, is that everyone kind of feels differently about their viewpoint of their game and also feels differently about the viewpoint of others' games. And so I think that just in the end, like me personally, like I just do what like I feel best about and that I feel the most secure about in that moment. And I think that like you touching on like making moves and stuff like that, like, yeah, like that time is kind of fleeting to do that. But I also feel like at this rate, like kind of everyone's shown like where they're at and who they want to be lined up with. And like, I think that in the end, like that's kind of how it is. And like there's wiggle room everywhere, like in my personal opinion, like I'm not gonna say that like I'm not gonna sit here either and say that like all day I was messaging people, because I wasn't. Like that's not how my day was the whole day. Like I wasn't just sitting here and like conspiring against certain people. Like I said to Ari, I said to I think Ali, I said that this day has been really quiet. Like it wasn't just like everyone was talking to me. And so I feel like that, like, sorry, I'm just rambling, but like I wasn't just saying that because I was sitting there like in the background doing something. Like I was literally like, I think everyone was quiet because I literally probably got like I started messaging people probably like the hour before this. Like I clearly was messaging people before that, but like serious messages like were coming an hour before this. So I think in my opinion, everyone's doing their own thing and everyone's lining themselves basically up with who they want to win. And that's kind of how I play and what I want to do. So yeah, that's to answer your question. Went in a circle there, but got back to the end in the end.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you for all the in-depth answers so far, everyone. And then Javier, you're someone, I mean, I feel like this has been a theme for a while now. You got that answer way back in touchy subjects, like kind of like could be voted off next. You nearly were voted off last time. You were like a second away from it, it felt like. So at this point, how are you making moves, I guess, to secure yourself further so that you don't just become that we can get rid of him person?
I think at this point, at Final Six, everybody is thinking of their way to the end. Everybody here probably does want to win. I mean, if people didn't think about that earlier in the game, they're definitely thinking about this now. And I'm sure it came a few rounds ago. You don't make it to Final Six without your mind at the end. Who can take you there, and who do you want to sit beside, who you can actually beat? You want to have the best way there. I'm just being totally honest because everybody is being honest. It is like a honesty session, honesty circle. So I think anybody who says that they don't have a way to they don't have a plan to get there, or they're not thinking about who they want to sit beside, is not totally being honest. Everybody has their plan, and it's just finding out who has this more or less the same plan as you to get you there, and who you can sit beside, and who you have a chance at beating, of course. Because the gameplay of people here are so different, and some are under the radar, some are always a target, like me. But and Allison, and we all have our ideas on how to get to the end, and it's just how you're going to implement them, and how you're trying to convince other people to implement them with you.
Nice, thank you. And then one question I have for everyone, Ollie, if you're able to answer, you can. If not, that's okay. Would be like, at this point, I guess, raise your hand if you want to win. To some degree, you would like to win the game. Okay, so everybody. Okay, cool. I thought it would just be fun to ask because it is an interesting theme to talk about. Like I said, winning isn't everything, but wanting to is. Actually, Alyssa Edwards said that, and we love her for that.
Can I say one thing?
Yes, go ahead.
I feel like everyone wants to win the game, but the way we win our games is different, and the moves that we make are also different. And yeah, last time I played the game, I was called up for being a floater, not able to win, 0 votes, and I got 4. So it all depends on how you play the game. And if the jury respects you. And you can get to the finals with any type of gameplay. It don't matter. But everyone's here to win. I'm here to win.
That is very true. We've even had winners in this game where I think going into the end, they did not have a shot. And then they did manage to pull it out. Yes, I'm looking at you, Jonathan, if you are watching this, because that was definitely Jonathan. It has happened before, so it's not over until it's over. But with that being said, this part of the council is over. We are going to go vote unless anybody has anything else they'd like to say. Ari already is raising their hand. Ari, what do you have to say?
Yeah, just going off that last conversation and the question, I think that, like, yes, I really want to win this game. But as I said, I also don't know how much longer I have in this game. And when I came into this season, I told myself that I was going to try to do one silly thing every round. And I've kind of been slacking on that. So I would like to give my immunity to Javier tonight.
Okay. Javier, would you want to accept the immunity? You can say no if for some reason you want to say no.
I accept it.
Okay.
I accept it.
Javier is now immune. Ari is not immune, so you can vote for Ari. You cannot vote for Javier. Anyone have anything else you want to say before we go into our wonderful council music? All right, then you all know the drill. I'm going to play everybody's favorite song. You've got 3 minutes. I will see you at the end of that 3 minutes. Good luck.
play or anything.
Okay, welcome back. Before I read the votes, if anyone has an immunity idol or another advantage you would like to play, now would be the time to do so. Okay, once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be given a moment to say their final words before they head to the jury. I will read the votes. First vote, Crow. Second vote, MJ. Third vote, Crow. Fourth vote, MJ. 2 votes each for Crow and MJ. Fifth vote, MJ. The sixth vote, and our next juror is once again being decided in a revote. So we will be re-voting MJ and Crow. You can only vote for each other, so you're not going to vote. Everybody else, you may only vote for MJ or for Crow. Any questions before we go into the countdown? All right. Once again, if everybody votes before the countdown's done, then we're gonna come back. So once you voted here, you cannot change it. So make sure you are sure. Here we go.
Combate! Guanizarro! Whoa, we are back early. I figured I would spare you from the last.
You caught me dancing.
I wanted to expose everyone's dancing. All right, here we go. We are going to read the votes. There are just 4 votes. I will stop dragging it out as long as possible, and I will read them. Oh, I'm also going to add Ollie back. I hope that's the right one. There's 2. Anyways, here we go. First vote, Crow. Second vote, MJ. Third vote, Crow. The fourth vote, and our next juror is Crow. Crow, I'm sorry. Unfortunately tonight for you, it is your night. You had a great run from winner to 6th place. Pretty good track record for you, but unfortunately, this is your final day. If you have any final words you'd like to say, now would be the time to say them.
Great game. I love the caliber of this game. It's been insane from round to round, and I think everyone's been shocked from the jury to the viewing lounge. So hopefully, I know there's only like 2, maybe 3 rounds left, but I hope we continue to see that. No hard feelings. Please have fun, and please make sure to take care of yourself no matter your placement.
Thank you, Crow. We love that. Unfortunately, it is his time to go. For the rest of you, congratulations. Javier is there somewhere. I'm not sure if he or Ollie can hear, but we will be doing our Final 5 immunity very shortly. So good luck in that.